Well, hey, good morning. I was just talking to my daughter about something, and I felt like, you know, I should share this with you because I know people have, um, mentioned things like this to me, and I think that it might be helpful to some people. So I'm sitting here, I'm just having my coffee, and I feel good this morning, and it's just a nice morning. And I'm enjoying just being home. But I have to go to the post office because I have to mail some important documents for my other daughter. Do you know our feelings are so strong, we're so accustomed to listening to our feelings that this is how I feel right now. Oh, I don't want to go to the post office. I'm just, so comfortable here. I'm enjoying being home. And now, why don't I want to go to the post office? I mean, hey. And actually, I was talking with my daughter about this, and while I was talking, I realized, my practical sensibility says to me, there's no reason to, not go to the post office. Just get up and go. But here's the reason why I'm prone to want to just sit around here at home. This applies to a lot of things in our lives besides going to the post office, okay? Um, we tend to feel very comfortable with whatever we're doing that's pleasant, and we just don't want to do something else. We don't want to shake ourselves up out of those feelings and do something else. This relates to small things like me getting up and going to the post office, or, for example, me maybe sitting and eating potato chips or wanting to eat potato chips and feeling like, no, I would not be satisfied with celery or anything else or a healthy meal. I wouldn't feel, I'm talking about feelings, okay? And it even has to do with things as extreme as I'm accustomed to being abused verbally or beaten physically. And even though it's really unpleasant, this is familiar, and I don't want to break out of what's familiar because it's hard. It's, is it Newton's laws of motion? A body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. Okay, unless another force acts upon it. So it's kind of like I'm sitting here. I don't want to go to the post office. I just want to drink my coffee and make another cup. Well, what is going to move this body at rest? What's going to move me in this case is my sense of being practical, which is I say to myself, I like to challenge myself. Hey, you, do you have a good reason for not going to the post office? Let's get up and go. And when I'm done with this video, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up and go because there's no good reason for me not to. And my daughter's waiting for these important documents. So there's a good reason to do it. But again, my point is our feelings so govern us. They have so much influence over us that we just don't feel like doing something, Or sometimes we feel like doing something that's not good for us, and we go ahead and do it. So what I'm bringing up to you is maybe challenge yourself. For example, if I know, let's say the doctor has told you, for like the 10th year in a row or something, you might want to think about cutting back a little bit on fried foods and, high fat and sodium and things like that. maybe challenge yourself and give it a try. You know, it's hard to get yourself moving in the right direction, just like it's hard for me to make myself get up and go to the post office. Now, it's easier for me to do that than to change a whole lifestyle, right? But if you have support, it's a lot easier. And anyway, you know I'm a health coach and I can help you with that. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about challenging yourself to change something you know needs to change in your life, whether it's to install a good habit or get rid of a bad habit, where your feelings are really influencing you. Now, I'm going to give you one more example. I've used this example before, just so you'll understand about feelings and how they can fool you into thinking you have no choice, okay? Because you always have a choice. No matter how you're feeling, you have a choice how to act, all right? So, I'm home at night. No. Let me use this example from back when I was a teenager. I'm babysitting, and the house is in a wooded area, not a lot of other houses around. It's really dark outside, no street lights or anything, and there's a storm, and the power goes out. And I once lived someplace where this kind of thing happened pretty regularly. Every day there'd be a storm. Power would go out for a while. Anyhow, I hear a sound that almost sounds like something is at the front door. Gosh. Now, that's the moment of choice. Okay, the practical me now says, all right, do I let this get me all whipped up and scared, or do I say, you know, it's a windy, stormy night, there's sounds. Let me go to the front door and see if I can, you know, peek out through the window or something. Do something practical. Okay, what some people do, what the teenage Sylvia might have done is, oh no, something at the front door. Oh my gosh, what if somebody is trying to break in? What if this house is the only house where the power went out because someone cut the power? I can't see any other houses because they're all too far away. You know, and start going down that road of, well, those are feelings that are happening, okay? And thoughts that are being fueled by feelings of being scared and fear and, oh no, what if? You know, when something like that happens, and we all do this kind of thing, like the doctor calls you up, you know, the day after your tests and says, or the nurse calls and says, could you please come in? The doctor would like to speak to you about your tests. And you go, oh no, what's wrong? I have cancer, or, you know, something, you think the worst, okay? And you get all worried and you spend the rest of the day until the appointment, you know, just, oh no. All right. That's an example of your feelings trying to inform your thoughts. It needs to happen the other way around. Your thoughts need to inform your feelings and say, hey, until I know what to worry about, I cannot let myself go off on this roller coaster ride of emotions, okay? So that's an extreme example of me feeling like I don't want to get up and go to the post office, or it's just, you know, I've got chips in the house, you know, and I want to sit and eat something while I watch TV. And you know what? Think again. I'm going to tell you again. What is it in your life that you need to challenge so that you can make a change for the better, so that your life will be on a pathway going towards your goal in life rather than taking you off into all kinds of other paths and convoluted paths and backwaters and everything. Think about that. So look, watch what I'm going to do here. Let me turn the phone around. So I'm going to use Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, okay? She says, when you need to do something and you can't seem to get yourself to do it, but you know what you need to do, count backwards from 5, and then after you get to 1, get up and physically move and either start doing what you're supposed to do or just physically move, because it'll help get you out of those feelings. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm going to go put my cup in the sink here. I'm not even going to have a second cup of coffee this morning. I'm going to get going to the post office, okay? So look, you be in a little club with me this morning and think of something that you need to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!